definitely hearing from multiple Senate aides that the deal is not only close, it's pretty much there. The only question now becomes who's going to go first in moving this forward. As you said, Senate Republicans meeting right now. House Republican leadership also meeting right now, huddling, trying to figure out the path forward. They will definitely be taking up the Senate plan. The question becomes a matter of procedure at this point. Can House Republicans put it on the floor first for a vote, the Senate plan? That would speed up the process, even if Senator Ted Cruz decides to object, which we still don't know yet. Or do the Senate Democrats go first and then send it over to the House and start that process? Either way, I'm told from aides on both sides of the party, action today, the deal is there. It's just a matter of who's going first.
Bill, why would it make more sense, or at least why would it speed things up if the Senate bill came to a vote on the House floor first?
So it's a procedural issue here, Eric, and the deal is basically if the House votes first and Ted Cruz wants to object on what they send over, he gets exactly 30 hours to object. If the Senate goes first and Ted Cruz wants to stand in the way and object, he could have as much as 3 different 30-hour periods. So we're not talking about just going through tomorrow's deadline. We're talking about going way past it. The big question that House aides tell me they're looking at right now, they want to make sure that if they put this on the floor first, they'll be okay with the votes. They think they will be, but sometimes it takes the Senate pressure, the Senate to literally cram this down their throat before they feel comfortable enough to toss it on the floor on their own.
All right, well, can you help us understand what's the difference between suspension and raising it? I know Wall Street doesn't seem to care. They just like any sort of solution. But walk us through what are the actual details here?
So the details basically are this. If you're raising it to a specific money level. If you're suspending it for a time period. Is what they're doing right now is they're suspending it for February 7th. That also allows them to use extraordinary measures. We believe this is part of the deal. They will be able to maintain their ability to use the extraordinary measures. That actually will kick it weeks past February 7th. I think people like the suspension idea a little bit more. It gives them some flexibility. It gives them a deadline that can move as opposed to a hard cap on the money that once it hits that ceiling as they move forward with their borrowing authority.